What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, and I'm flying solo for a little bit. Zach had to go deal with his lady. She had car problems, had to go pick her up and basically avoid the stream because he doesn't like you guys as much. I tell you, dames, man. As soon as a guy gets a dame, forget your friends, forget everybody else, and they're just focused on her. Good for her, bad for us, but or maybe bad for you because you get stuck with me. So I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed your Tuesday. I got a lot of snow up here. Well, not maybe I think about 4 inches so far. A lot better than what I thought it was going to be. But we had some rain, and then Friday's going to be another clipper. So see what that's going to bring. More joy, I guess. But all right. So we got Jughead Grayson being here first. What's up, man? Hello, hello. Eric Breen asking where are the kids. I wouldn't say that on the internet. That's kind of controversial, you know. Oof. Uh, what's up, Jay? Who is also was over at Extreme Movie Show. We just got done. Rob and I just talking about Empire Strikes Back versus basically Superman 2. Or the little back and forth. Where the new thing we're trying over there. We're doing our own version called Movie Thunderdome. Not to be confused with Comic Book Thunderdome. This basically is just two guys. We're just comparing both movies and basically letting the viewers decide. We started with 1980. We chose those two movies. Go check that out. If you haven't done so, over an Extreme Movie Show. It was very fun. Um, and the kids are being slackers. Well, Eric. Sorry, not Eric. Well, she's saying it to Eric. Marania, you know that's not true. We're not being slackers. It's called we're overworked and underpaid. It's a real world. Hey, what's up, Jay? And Jay was over there too as well. All right. So I got a few books this week I'm looking forward to, really excited. You can probably tell by the cover and the thumbnail, which one I'm really excited for. Or maybe that's just a red herring. Who knows? But let's just jump right into this, and then we'll go from there. All right, just got to share my screen. And all right. So, all right. So, as you can see, there's some books coming out this week. Some of you may not be excited for them. I'm excited for a few. It's not like it was in the early 2000s, where I was like, dude, I gotta get every Marvel. There's a new Thor. There's a new all stuff. I was like, now it's kind of like I'm kind of back as I'm getting closer to 40, and just the fact that comic books are starting to suck, money's tight, and there's a few gems out there still worth waiting for. Not necessarily Marvel and DC. There are a lot of indie books. And if you were a person that started like me, lives the Spider-Man and Thor and all those guys, I'm kind of disappointed what's going on with Marvel and what's going on with DC, rooting Flash. Check out some indie books. And with that being said, I'm going to go to my first book, which happens to be an indie book for number 5. And this is a series that it's issue 9 of this series. We talked about it before on the channel here. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventure number 9. If you're a kid like me, you had fun watching this back in the 80s, and then some of the early 90s when it finally went off the air. This is like the creators over the IDW Ghostbusters comic books over there. This is Eric Burnham and Dan Schoening teaming up again to work on this IDW property for the Ninja Turtles, and it's basically what it is. It's Saturday morning adventures. And it is fun. It's just like the cartoon, remember, and the art is fantastic in this as well. The biggest complaint that Dan Schoening always got is like, well, why doesn't he draw the Ghostbusters looking like the people? It was because of studio licensing. He didn't have permission from the actors. And with this being licensed out from Kevin Eastman, for them, the IDW do, they have permission to draw the turtles like they are, and it's just been a fun. It's basically everything you expected from the cartoon, now put on the comic book form. For those who remember, like back in the day, we had Now comic books. You got some of those hokey kind of like comic books. Like I'd say like Real Ghostbusters was basically just like the cartoon series. So if you read those, you're kind of again, it's just so similar, but it's turtles, and I'd say a little better than those. But some of the alternate covers here. Let's over here. Yeah, yes, the skateboards, the gas powered skateboards. I remember those. They're like little like dirt bike powered, or little actually no, it's lawnmower engines on the back of them. So mini bike and yeah. Oh, right. So any comments so far? No, no one's commenting. Y'all just left. Y'all just left me. All right. Hey, it's a big it's a big comics. That's what we call it when he read solo. When I call it writing solo, I call it depressing. But like I said, I've been having fun with this. It's just been a fun series for me. It's $3.99 for 32 pages, and every cover you see in here matches the interior art. So you're not getting clickbait covers like you will with Marvel and DC, where are just like some of those books you get DC doing the cover art, and it's entirely different artists on the inside. And even the case, like the interior art, IDW is pretty good as far as putting good artists on there. I'm here listening. Okay, I'm here panicking. So one of us is being more entertained than I will. I might give Timothy a try on this recommendation. I did like the old animated series. Mirania, it has been out of the Saturday Morning Adventures released through IDW. There's the other one was G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. That one sucked. This has been fun. The other one they had going on through Saturday Morning Adventures was Dungeons and Dragons. Haven't read that, but I heard from some people said they liked that as one as well. But simple humor, action, A to B plot, ongoing story, everything you expect. The characters are not written out of character the way they are. Splinter is, like he was in the movies. He's wise and then makes occasional joke. Michelangelo just wants to eat pizza, and just kind of chill out. Donatello's kind of the nerdy. Raphael's the hothead, and like it's basically everything you expect from this property, which is refreshing. All right, gonna go over to my number 4. I don't feel like to be called Juggy. That might be a little offensive to him, MK. But thank you for watching, though. And anybody who might be watching on Twitch. All right. Which I apologize. If you're on Twitch, you're commenting. I cannot see it because I'm sharing my screen. I can only see what's broadcasting on YouTube on my phone. So my number 4 for this week is a series that I was kind of shaky about when it first came out. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm kind of glad I stuck with it. It's from a phenomenal writer. Art's been great on it too, even though I think they just changed artists again. And it is Green Lantern number 7. Jeremy Adams basically continues to prove that no matter what character they give to him over DC, he excels at it, and he outwrites the other people writing other books at DC right now. I would say he's probably their best writer right now. I mean, Mark Waid's a good writer. I'm not going to belittle him at all. I mean, unless we're talking about his personality, he's an asshole and deserves to be knocked down a peg or 2 or 4. But Jeremy Adams is basically the guy who, and I've been since reading Flash before I get kicked off it, even his Jake Garrick miniseries with Judy. It has just been fun. This is the guy who basically, as a comic book fan, this is the guy you give your money to. This is the guy who respects you. This guy puts out not only through talking to you, respects you, but also this writing. And he doesn't give you treat the audience as being idiots. He doesn't preach to you. Doesn't put all into all those virtue signal crap. Art's been fun, and I just don't know what's going on. I guess, and there's ups and downs with this. We just this is a kind of a huge spoiler. So you got the count of three, and then I'll tell you. But 3, 2, 1. We find out Kilowog's dead at the end of the last issue, and holy crap, that was like heart-wrenching because I'm like, okay, how do they die? So apparently we're gonna figure out in this by the cover, I'm assuming we're gonna figure out why Kilowog is dead, or if he really is dead. I mean, is he Alfred dead, or is just like Hal thinks he's dead? But yeah, it says after his explosive confrontation with Sinestro, Green Lantern is confronted by the United Planets of Lanterns for illegally operating within the quarantine zone. And the mystery of what took place on Corriger is basically finally revealed, plus the finale to the origin of Sinsen and the lead into the new Sinister Sun series. That's right, Tomasi's been doing the backup on this. Art has been horrendous. But I don't know about the story. I mean, I think somebody said it was okay, but then it's not Jeremy Adams writing it though. It is Peter Tomasi. Peter Tomasi, for creator of Super Sons, it's a phenomenal writer. I just wish he had a better artist, but it looks like he's going to get his own spin-off series, and I hope they change the artist. Dear God, put someone who's on actually, above Rosmo and wherever the hell this person is. Heck, put Brian Hitch on it if they want to. But yeah, that's going on with that. Yeah, this is 1 in 25 Lou Fuente cover, which is very, very. I guess this is Sinister Sons. That's what it's going to look like. So, we'll find out. And then here's the other. This is 150. Now, I don't know if my shop's getting 150, but I'm not going to pay for 150. Oh, that is kind of cool, but it runs. The problem with this cover is we were exposed to all the fists in there, the blue fist, Black Lives Matter, all stuff. It just pulls me out of Green Lantern. And honestly, some of you people or maybe that doesn't bother you, but me personally, I don't like the fist in the air. That's Chavez, all that stuff, But other than that, I mean, like I say, I do like the fact that it has like an old cover, like really worn out. It has the wear and tear on it, the fold. That's kind of cool. The other thing that really stands out to me is the ugly ass UPC, which could be on the back of the book. I don't care about retailers. I'm sorry. When it comes to the UPCs, they can take it out. When when they get their books are not bagged and board. Their books are loose in a box, so they can just scan the back of the book. It ain't that hard anymore. So, all right. Let's see some of the comments here. Judge was Raquel Welch in that one movie with Bill Cosby. Okay. Kind of dark there. But very fun read for this. And I think if Zach joins me when he does, this will probably be on his list. But don't quote me on that. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my number 3. All right. Number 3 for me is another. It's another series that's kind of popped up this last year that I did not expect to see. This is a writer that I have come to love for his writing, and I hope he continues to do it ongoing. But knowing Marvel, this book here is not gonna survive that well in a Marvel current state. They seem to only give books so long before they cancel them. And I can't see this book surviving if they decide to basically cancel it and relaunch it with a different title with the same creators. Moon Knight, Avengers of the Moon Knight just recently did that, and I'm not sure what the sales are on that is, but we all know every time there's a jumping off point, not everybody jumps back on for number 1. But that being said, I'm going to scroll down. And it is Blade number 7, Vampire Hulk, which I'm not sure if this has happened before, but no, it happened in one of the Marvel Disney animated cartoons. There was a Vampire Hulk for a little bit, and I think it didn't last that long. But then again, in the comic books, if it does happen though, I would imagine that the gamma radiation him would just killed Dracula if he tried to bite him, or any vampire. But what do I know? I'm not a biologist. I'm also not a comic writer either. So, but this is Brian Hill, or just Brian Hill, what do you prefer? This has been a fun series, man. I honestly, it's just old school Wesley Snipes Blade, which is my favorite version of Blade. Although I am reading Tomb of Dracula, I'm starting to like that version of Blade as well, the British version. But honestly, that's a dope cover. I love this. Now, honestly, I would have my arms back like this, Legion War, because the Hulk's just gonna punch you, grab you. I'd have my swords first, maybe. But then again, I wouldn't rational mind thinking here. I wouldn't jump at the Hulk, but because he's, I guess, half immortal, he thinks you can survive being ripped in half. He's getting a Wolverine, but so the logic on this cover is kind of weird. But then we have Emmanuel Lupacino. For some reason, they're doing Wolverine variants again. What if Wolverine was this Silver Surfer versus Ultimate Wolverine? I don't understand this. And the Rainbow Road to Asgard? 50 years of nonsense. That's what it seems like. We're actually 30 years. But 50 years, I guess. I don't know. 50 years of Wolverine. I guess it's supposed to be 50 years of Wolverine. But I don't know. That's a weird cover. I did not have a mother and jugs and the speed reference on my bingo card for this actually. All right. That's what you guys are talking about, apparently. All right. Go to my number 2 here. But I don't know if you guys, what do you guys think of the books I've showed you so far? Are these books you guys might try out, or these books you have tried in the past, some of the issues, or are you just think like you're just done with Marvel or DC? I know some of you guys like to buy from Angleteen's auction to buy the older books. Jay likes to buy a lot of the old Valiant from the 90s. Just curious, if you guys are buying current at all and what they are. And what's up, Ethereal Dragon? What's up, man? All right. My number 2 for this week, and this is shocking because I normally this wouldn't be my number 1, but he got pushed back. My number 2 for this week is a series that I didn't think I was gonna ever read a book like this series. I love the cartoon back in the 80s, but if you haven't guessed, my number 2 is Transformers number 4. Daniel Warren Johnson doing the art and the story. It's just been fun. Now, this isn't your dad's or maybe your grandpa's or your uncle's Transformers from the 80s. Humans get splat. We saw this a few times. The ties, and it's obviously this is part of the Energon universe, so it ties into Duke, G.I. Joe, Void Rivals. Kirkman basically is hitting a home run by having these guys connecting to his Energon universe, and Daniel Warren Johnson is a phenomenal new. I wouldn't say he's new; he's newish compared to some of the older writers, but he's got a good eye for art as far as just bring out pages, basically like what Kirkman did in Walking Dead. The art tells a story, little dialogue. But when the dialogue is required, he doesn't go overboard. He doesn't go Bendis level. You might get a paragraph, and you might complain like, "Oh, I got to read a paragraph now." But everything he puts in this book is there for a reason. It's not just a throwaway, like just throwing your. Oh, there's a guy in the background holding a gun, just randomly. No, that guy's gonna come back into play, and this guy's gonna shoot an RPG at you and take your arm off. And obviously Daniel Warren Johnson is going a different direction. There's no Bumblebee in this. Bumblebee was killed in the very first issue, which I applaud because thank you. Bumblebee has been way overused when it comes to Transformers, especially with the movies. I think the movies just pushed them really too hard as far as on. I understand they want to sell toys, but I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of a Volkswagen Bumblebee. The Camaro version was all right, but no. Instead, we got I believe this is Ironhide and Ratchet. Oh, no, sorry, Cliffjumper. My bad. But it looks like here we got Optimus Prime, Starscream, and we got Sparkplug and the Sun, Spike, who's kind of one of the main characters, humans, and Carly, who is his, I think it's his girlfriend, potential girlfriend. They're friends, and Skywarp, and Soundwave. It's just been fun. There is a cool wraparound cover coming out, but the John Boy Myers is doing. phenomenal art here. I'm just excited to get this one. Uh, just yeah. So it says right here, when the Decepticons attack the Autobots at their weakest moment, an unlikely new hero joins the battle. With human and Transformer robot allies at stake, can Optimus Prime unlock the true power behind the matrix of the leadership, save them both? I'm a little worried because, like, the past couple of issues, he's, at least twice we see Optimus like, it's like, oh, I could save that break, I can help him. Here, let me use the matrix. And Ratchet's like, no, stop. If you do that, you're taking away from your own life force. And it's just kind of, I get a little chuckle there. It's like if you also watch Hell Day Nights, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, they just keep putting them down. It's like interview. He's smart, but then he's kind of like over eager to basically expend his life force to help his friends. Let's say that is honorable with that. He doesn't want anybody else to suffer. He wants to help people, which is really cool. It's also him having to deal with being on Earth for the first time, because this takes place during the 80s. This is Generation 1, but rewritten. And just seeing when I think it was issue 2 or 3, he steps on, I think it was 3. He steps on a deer. And he's like, "Oh shit! I didn't realize human life is Earth life was so fragile." And he takes a moment and he feels bad for it. He's sitting there for a couple minutes, like panels. He's just sitting there holding the deer in his arms, like cradling it. And he's like, he feels so distraught, because everything on his Earth, the Cybertron, it's just, you can't crush it unless you just ram it, But nothing's like fragile like humans and animal life. So I thought that was kind of cool. I did not. Okay, there we go. They just desecrated the coolest cover of all time, Silver Surfer 4 with Wolverine. Yeah, I'm sorry, Eric. That's the downsides of current Disney Marvel. But like I said, I'm looking forward to this. I hope that it continues to be good. Some of the other covers here, we got another connected cover from Orlando Arocena. So those have been kind of cool. One of the incentives. I wish they would release it as a poster when it's done, but probably won't. And then we have the Sanford green variants, which is right here. So this is a little more cartoony. So see how this goes. But yeah, this is my number 2. Like I said, this is a series that Daniel Warren Johnson. I read a Murder Falcon. Never read Do a Power Bomb, but I'm buying Transformer books. This is crazy. I don't buy Transformer books. So they're doing something right. All right. And give me those for people just coming in right now. I'll give you guys a little recap for what's my from 5 through 2. Well, number 5 was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number 9. My number 4 was Green Lantern. Number 7. Number 3 was Blade. Number 7. Number 2 you saw was Transformers. Number 4. And my number 1 pick of the week is a book that I'm excited for, but I'm also scared because I know how these companies are. They here was this, and they just say, like, "Oh, you thought we're gonna please you more? No, that was just a bait and switch." And so my number 1 book is Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. I'm really, really hoping this is gonna be good. And my only fear is that when we finally get or comfortable, we like it, they're gonna pull the rug out from underneath us. They're going to either cancel the book or Hickman's going to leave the series like he did with Hawks Pox. He did that, and then he left. Because we don't know that Disney cheap. They can't afford people like Hickman for long too much. And but yeah, and also keeping this around for more than 10 issues or even up to 50 issues, that would be Marvel admitting that they were wrong for breaking up Peter Parker and Mary Jane's marriage, which they'll never do. But it says the new Ultimate Spider-Man for a new Ultimate Universe, revolutionary writer Jonathan Hickman and acclaimed artist Marco Cicchetto, who worked on Daredevil, is phenomenal art on there. Marvel's actually got some good art, a good artist to say, and Cicchetto over Bagley any day. Sorry, even early 80s Bagley, Cicchetto is better. Bringing a bold new take on Spider-Man with a debut title of a new line of Ultimate Comics. After the events of Ultimate Invasion, the world needs a hero who will rise up and take on responsibility. Prepare to be entangled in a web of mystery and excitement, and the all-new Ultimate Spider-Man comic redefines wildcard for the 21st century. Now, I will say this: I'm glad it's Hickman and not Bendis, because if they brought Bendis back to write this, it wouldn't be good. We saw what he did with Superman. Bendis only works if he's running an Elseworlds. So, and as it is, his series, he decided to kill off Peter Parker and have Miles, which at the time was okay for me because we had a good ongoing Spider-Man series until Marvel shit the bed with One More Day. But I will not talk about One More Day for much longer than that. But some really cool covers. We got the J. Scott Campbell variant, where her organs are at. I have no idea, but this is what they have. The one thing that has to go with this, my big critique, is that get rid of the beard. I don't want Spider-Man having a beard. No, sorry. He looks better, clean shaven. And it looks weird. And the whole thing is like, his beard's gonna go. It's not gonna fit in the mask. It's just gonna go through the mask. If it doesn't, then I don't know how the mask logic is, comic logic. He's able to breathe in it somehow. It's enough. So you'd think the hair would go through, but yeah, awesome cover. Hot-cha-chas. All right. All right. Then we go over to, we got, I guess, the Ryan Stegman cover, which is okay. Once again, the beard. Mary Jane looks very not model-esque in this. I guess because she's older, but I don't know. Oh, was it years after? Because I thought it was that was right around the same time. But anyway, and then of course we got the incentive covers, which I'm hoping to get from my shop. Adam, pull these if you can. This is the Chicharito little variant here. This is really cool. Usually I don't go for these kind of things, but I'm like, you actually have good art. These are actually kind of cool. This kind of looks like something Spider-Man would be doing if he was doing it in his notebook. Tobey Maguire, costume design. And of course, doodling about Mary Jane and stuff. Oh, the other great thing about this series, there's no Paul. Yet. But, all right. So then we also have, where did I see it? We got the Ben Reilly kind of cover. This is the other Chicharito variant. Where I kind of like having the web shooters on the outside, but it's different. But that's the other thing too, because we don't have a Clone Saga in this yet. That's what I'm dreading about too. It's like, oh, we're gonna have an Ultimate Clone Saga again. Please don't. No, we're suffered enough Clone Sagas. Elizabeth Torque variant, or Torku, you've heard it both ways. Yeah, kind of reminds you of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 a little bit, but yeah, maybe the mask is a beard liner. it's like the clothes for, so you don't see the bras, hides the bra line. All right. Yes. I mean, then of course we got the different variants. Chicharito did 3 of them. He did the symbiote costume variant, showing off his artiste skills. I guess say. Liking this. Not a big fan of the symbiote. Chicharito's we got Miguel O'Hara 2009 costume. I like this. This is really cool. Dear God, can we get somebody other than Steve Orlando on that book? Because I miss reading Spider-Man 2009, but I don't want to read Steve Orlando books. Sorry. But kind of cool. It almost looks like he has a Punisher skull a little bit on it. As far as that's still there, it must have passed by editors. All right, and then we have the Mark Bagley connecting variants. There, it's kind of like the payback to the original. And I don't like how they draw. I don't know, short hair Aunt May looking more butch. I don't know. Peter's face, he looks like a Muppet. and it's just Mary Jane's got a bulge just like Peter. Oh, that's weird. But I can't see it now. But yeah, this is like I said. There's so many freaking variants of this too. It's like, and that's the thing we complain about too is our variants. But I don't understand this variant. This looks dumb. Once again, it's those bright pink, blue, and yellow, red, covers. I don't like these kind of covers with color stuff. Glad we're done with those. All right. But yeah, that's my number one pick of the week. Maybe Zach will join. Maybe who knows. But I'm gonna talk about the trades. Trades coming out this week is Batman Shadow of the Bat. This is the Tower. This is the Mariko Tamaki. That actually wasn't too bad when I read this. There was nobody eating, contrary to belief. To disbelief, I'd say. Then there's House of Gotham. Now, this is the Matthew Rosenberg story. Not a fan of that. Avengers, that's the one that Zach started reading. This is Jen McKay. I haven't read it. I don't know if it's any good, but I guess it's all right. Devil's Reign. I'd say it's mid. Then we have Rogue and Gambit, Power Play. Great art, horrible story. It should have says Rogue and then sometimes Gambit. That's what it should have been called. Because Gambit wasn't really in there. He was in there, but then like he had to come try and rescue Rogue. But yeah, the whole thing with Destiny and Mystique in there, having Rogue doing missions for them, like in secret, not telling Gambit anything about it and stuff. It's just like I'm just sick of Rogue. I remember not Rogue, but Mystique and Destiny. They can go fly a kite and land over in a electrical field, or I don't know. They can play traffic. I'm just done with them. Scorch has been really cool. I might start collecting these in trade if I ever get rid of my individual issues. But it's kind of cool. Oh, look, they collected Devil's Reign actually in an omnibus for $100. But instead of paying $100, pay $50 and get the Doctor Strange Epic Collection. It looks pretty cool. I do Ramu. Madness of Zorro is, or actually, wait, Madness of Zorro. Okay. I like the Madness. It actually is on my pull list. It's just on my top 5. Sacrificers. I'm just not reading it. It doesn't intrigue me. I know. I believe that it is Rick Remender. Love Deadly Class. Phenomenal series. Fish Flies. Another one that just doesn't intrigue me. Not saying it's a bad book. Swan Songs. I read the first issue. I never went back and read the second one. Mainly because it was hard to come by my shop, so I never really pursued it. Plus, it was one less book. I added other books to my pull list. Trying to shrink down a little bit. Petrol. Never even heard of that. Other than that's like what? It's not a oil. But anyway. Barnstormers, which is actually now being collected on a trade format. I thought it already was. The Ballad of Blood and Murder. This is through Dark Horse. We got another Deadpool Epic Collection, Drowning Man, with something. Is it Joe Kelly? This is Kelly in Ostrander. Might be interesting if it's older Deadpool, not current. Moon Knight Black and White trade paperback. I think Jonathan Hickman had a story in this. It wasn't that great. Never heard of this other one. Fafred and the Gray Mouser Omnibus Trade. I've never heard of that either. But I guess who is that? Who is that? Right? It's Dark Horse. It almost looks like it's connected to Hellboy. Might be even connected to. My guy is Mike Mignola. His cover artist. Howard Chaykin, Denny O'Neil, Mike Mignola, Al Williamson, and Walt Simonson. Cool. Something kind of cool. It says Fritz Lieber ranks among the giants of fantasy and science fiction visionaries, capturing multiple Hugo, Nebula, and World Fantasy Awards and influencing a generation of writers. And his most renowned creations and the swashbuckling uh, FAF HRD, I don't know, and the Grey Mauser stories. Collected there are adaptations of some of the finest of these tales, including Hugo the Nebula award-winning Almelt and Lankmar by comics legend Howard Chaykin, Mike Nolan, Daniel Neal, Williamson More says to join the hulking barbarian and the diminutive rogue as they battle swordsmen, necromancers, and flagons. Really? Flagons? Is that like a different type of dragon? Is that a flaming dragon? I don't know. And strong drink. I guess I'll need a. Oh, it must be a cup. I think. Okay. All right, that's what they mean by that. Eric says I was getting the Doctor Strange Epic Collection. Good man. That is a good choice too. That's basically what I was looking at. Looks kind of cool. But yeah, 300 pages. And it's a trade. It's a paperback for $30. Ain't that bad for $30. It's got some good talent here. It looks like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get about nine issues. Cool. All right, and then we got the Ninja Turtles Usagi Jimbo or Usagi Yojimbo. I prefer Usagi Jimbo or Soggy Socks or whatever. Anyway, I read the first issue. Boring. Because it was not the Turtles whatsoever. This was more a serious version of the Turtles. At least compared to what we get in the cartoons or Saturday Morning Adventures. They weren't completely serious, but they did have some jokes. But it was just not fun. And then, that being said, if you read this and you have no idea what's going on in Usagi Yojimbo, it's confusing. But Power Rangers Lost Chronicles Deluxe Edition hardcover. If Deluxe Edition, those are always cool. If it's Ryan Parrott, it's even worth it. I heard that Ryan Parrott's been really, really good over there at Boom Studios, Power Rangers. Then we got Fence Volume 6, never heard of that. Children of the Black Sun. Oh, all right. Got that going on there. Now, movie special hardcover? Official movie special. Spider-Man Across the Universe, or Spider-Verse across, it must be art. That's what I can think of. Let's see here. Yeah, sequel. Yeah, it explores all the movie. Go behind the scenes with the makers of the movie. So basically, if you're a really big fan of this movie, definitely a pickup. $20, 96 pages. Artwork and photography from the visually stunning new film. Okay. It'd be really great if they actually came with the film, like they used to do back in the day. Like at Walmart, you get the DC animated movies, you got the movie, and then you got the book. Like if they release the movie and then have the all the artwork and stuff in the book, that'd be a cool seller. I'd sell like hotcakes or wheat cakes if you're Spider-Man. Speaking of Spider-Man, we got Marvel vs. Spider-Man and Madam Web. Oh look, this is confusing because I thought Madam Web was a young woman. Oh wait, she's actually a carpenter? Really? All right. Collecting Amazing Spider-Man issues 210 and 229 through 230. Amazing Spider-Man from 1999. This is 678 through 679. It's a digest size. Okay, it's a little one. It's the little books. Those are cool. 120 pages for $10. Oh, that's John Romita Jr. I was wondering why the cover looked off. Oh, that explains it. It's not senior. Yeah. For $10, actually. It's Spider-Man content. It's $10. All right. They got Garbage Pail Kids. Is anybody even reading Garbage Pail Kids or writing comic books? I see them, but I never see anybody buying them. All right. And we got, oh, look, this is the one I was talking to Eric about last year. This is the one that has that was horrible on the inside. This was George Cambadius was doing the horrible art on this. But now that he's working on Gargoyles, the art fits over there. But this was just dumb. And dynamic illustrator, unless he's sketching a dumpster. All right, but I mean, I do like John Carter Warlord of Mars. I'll probably go back and read those comic books. Those look kind of cool. The whole concept where he just basically is on Earth, goes into like a little coma or sleep, and then is on Mars. Those sound more intriguing. But yeah, unfortunately, I was gonna get into. I tried to get into this. It wasn't the writing; it was the art. So nothing against Chuck Brown. It was just the art was just so bad. It didn't fit the story. We talk about cartoony art. That was too cartoony for me. On a series that doesn't belong, doesn't need to have cartoons. Draculino. Speak of pedophilia and maps in Epstein Island. Christopher Priest. Yeah, where Draculina is the sister of Vampirella. It takes the inhabits the body of a 15-year-old girl. Now you feel dirty looking at that cover. Yeah. Helsing. Actually, there you go. If you're looking for a good manga, I recommend Helsing. Fun. It's Alucard working for Van Helsing and just basically and the servant of Van Helsing's and basically just taking down other villains, other vampire stuff, saving the world. Really cool. And then we have here. IDW is publishing John Romita's Amazing Spider-Man Daily Strips Artist Edition hardcover. That must be senior, because I don't think Junior did any comic strips. But dude, if I find this, I might pick this up. Approximately 300 original daily strips have been scanned from 1977 to 1978. Strip debuted on January 3rd. And then the entire first 2 months of the strip are included in this volume, including Spider-Man origin is recapped, and it's a who's who of all your favorite Spider-Man characters. $150 though. That's the setback for me. $150. So I might go on in-stock trades for this. Yeah. Sweet. John Romita. Senior. Wow, looks kind of cool. All right. I'm assuming Zach's not joining. He said he was on his way home, but I didn't see him in the chat either. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. We kind of look at some of the other books that are coming out. For those who know which ones I'm not getting. Definitely not getting action, which I believe this is the Jason Aaron crap. Yeah, it is. And then Wolverine is Percy, I think it is. Benjamin Percy. I'm not. Might be someone else on there too. Sabretooth War. That's a good reason why I'm not getting it. Sabretooth War. Who cares about Sabretooth? Why does there have to be a war for everybody now? It's Gang War, Sabretooth War. If you want to read Gang War, read the original Spider-Man. I heard some people were saying that it was all action, but none of it mattered. And look at it's Miss Marvel. Ben Robin, too flashy the art, got bored with the story. Nothing against Josh Williamson. I just don't think he's a good fit for this. Avengers, we talked about that. Star Wars, you can avoid current Marvel. You can, if you're a fan of the X-Men, please let me know why you're excited for Rise of X. Rise of the Powers of X. King Spawn, I heard people are still reading these. Yay, look, She-Hulk. Not a fan of that. Skipping Titan, skipping everything as far as the Beast World and all that stuff. I'm just kind of over Amanda Waller. I'm walled out, as you say. Sandman has been heard has been really good. The fact that it has Riley Rossmo art on it. Now, we talked about how people having great art or art actually fits certain type of stories. This is a perfect example. Riley Oswald's art fits the story, fits this character. So, would I take Dan Moore on it? Sure, maybe. But oh look, it's I'm Not Daredevil. Okay, skipping that too. Fish Flies, we talked about that earlier. We got here Green saying John Romita Sr. was the original artist of the comic book strip. Stan was the writer. As for the strips themselves, you're better off just getting the collections. I mean, if I can find older collection archives, cool. My problem is I don't want to pay like $100 and just only get like volume 1, and there's like 6 volumes. That's a lot of money. I can spend it on car parts. Captain Marvel is that? I believe that's Alyssa Wong writing this too. Is it better than Kelly Thompson? You guys decide. Luke Cage hiding his identity though, so he can go fight again because he's the mayor. Sorry, shouldn't have became the mayor if he still wanted to go around playing hero, and is ashamed that we have his face seen. Outsiders, not reading that. Like I said, hey, look, there's Dracula on here, but it's probably Steve Orlando. And then, of course, Thunderbolts. No one cares. Hellfire Club. There, they become a joke. Mandalorian. Art looks cool on cover. Not a fan of it, though. Speed Force. Definitely not a fan of these characters. These characters have been ruined since Jeremy stopped writing them. Swan Songs is on. Oh, it's on 6 now. Wow, I got a lot to catch up. Fables. Anybody start reading Fables? I was just reading about the whole thing about last year, talking about it's going to public domain. But is it public domain? We don't know. Yeah. Then the Sentry is anything but the Sentry. It's basically people getting random powers from the Sentry or civilians. I'm not a fan of the idea. There's Wes Craig Kaya, 14. And there's Crave. Blood Commandant is a book I will be picking up this week as well. It's just not in my top 5. Fun book. It's issue 3 of a 4-issue miniseries. Deep Cuts. Not sure who that is. That'd be Al Ewing. Earth Divers. I never heard of this. Petrolhead. Okay, Petrolhead is what you're talking about before. You said Petrol. Never even heard of this. Who is Petrol? Here. This is Rob Williams and Piper. Escapes along with the Fast and Robo Furious. There's no escape from the O and his Robo Police. Petrolhead's beloved ride faces destruction. Lupa must make the toughest choice imaginable, and Petrolhead turns to his worst enemy for help. And watch out, like supercar stars entering the race. Look, it's wow. That's the heck. It's like the robot. Crazy. As if it's like he took the Michelangelo, the turtle, put him into was a 2000 AD storyline. Kind of similar colors, but who was talking about? I think it was Mark McGrath that talked about Petrol. Yeah, Petrolhead. That's what he said before. Yeah, I mean, you'll have to explain why you like that. I mean, the cover looks kind of cool, but art alone, I might check it out for that. I'm not sure about the story though. And of course, we got Ice and Snow of Yukisagi Yojimbo, Antarctica, which it's through. I might check it out. The Madness has been fun, but hoping it continues to being fun and hopefully gets the story, because the last issue kind of didn't feel like it was really doing anything. It was a waste of my money. Adventure Man, wow, that's another one going out. And is Adam Hughes still the cover of these, or is it Todd? Okay. Terry Dodson doing the ink and stuff there. Okay, the Dodson's doing the interior art, and it's Matt Fraction. So I thought Didn't you say you're reading this, or you read the first issue of this a long time ago? Not this series, but the original story of Eric Brain. I think you said you read this, and you kind of dropped it. But I mean, it's got good art, but I'm not really sure about Matt Fraction. But hey, what's up, Jackson Waykirk? What's going on, man? Um, yeah, Blood Urk, Zero Man of the Dead. Is this the Sean Gordon Murphy one? I feel like this might be. And if it is, I'm kind of like not gonna care. Yeah, a lot of incentive covers. Holy crap! But from what I read of the story, yeah, it's a reimagining. Modern is the key. Modern reimagining. The young man who's convinced that he's Sorrel as a child, he suffered a psychotic break after wait, Don Quixote? Yeah, it's Don Quixote meets Narcos, and no, but oh no, maybe Cruella de Vil, Firefly, The Fall Guys. Oh look, Megs has her own comic book. It's a prequel to the most boring movie ever on Netflix. Well, I'd say the most boring with the best art. Um, then we got Cash Cow. I never heard of this. I guess this is this what I think it is? Is this the Jay and Silent Bob, or is this something different? Hey, look, Jay, Man of War. You get these right? The current ones? Becky Cloonan? Made to Life. Those are people who just sit around a table reading mid comic books, right? We got here Tears Apart, Star Signs. Alice Cooper has a book out. Abbott, 1979, number 3. Saladin Ahmed. That says right in that one. Yeah. Jennifer Blood, Battle Diary. Wait, it's not the daughter, it's the mother, but it's written by Fred Van Lente, who basically is become a bad writer. I don't know if it's editorial or if it's just him. So, more Dark Horse stuff. Chimp Dog. That could be good. I don't know. Gretel is pretty cool. No matter what issue Gretel comes out, I always pick these up. These are fun. Distemper looks like it might be the sequel to that other book that was up before, where everybody's being attacked by a guy who's like a vampire or something like that. It's another dystopian story. Archie Jumbo Comics. These got to be safe, right? World of Archie Jumbo Comics. Are these modern, or are these just the collections reproduced? I'm hoping it's the collections. But hey, look, the Von Erichs. Nice. Is this actually like a comic book, or is this it's 824? Is it? Guest edited by the Iron Claw filmmaker Sean Durkin. The Von Erichs were more than the world's most legendary pro wrestling dynasty. They were also a family. This is still the version of a family photo album. Readers would get a snapshot of the Von Erichs' lives inside and outside the ring via a mix of newspaper, magazine clippings, and most importantly, personal family photos. Wow. Featuring original comic by artist Jim Rugg and pin-up posters of the cast. All right. So you're a super fan of these guys. Be kind of cool to have. $6 though. Doesn't say how many pages. And just go. Yeah. Shitty stories told by Marvel and DC. Yeah, that's it. That's all that's coming out this week, really. We lost Zach, so apparently Zach's not showing up tonight. Apparently, not lost in the sense like he's moved on. He's just hanging out with his girlfriend instead. He probably figured it'd be faster, but oh well. Let's see in comments. Remember, Zora's about his lesbian sister because of course she is. I wasn't gonna bring it up, man. Like I just got tired of talking about that. I was just talking about the actual stand-up premise of the story. That wasn't even mentioned in that we saw the synopsis. They didn't say anything about his sister, so it's like the thing that I saw when it was a modern retelling. But quit with the variant covers. Just collect them all in one volume for the year and make bank selling them as art. That way, I agree. I'd cut down on the variants. No book should have, if anything, more than 2 variants, if they have variants. One should be your incentive cover. The other one's just an alternate cover. But if you're going to have variant covers, they better not be better than the original cover. The original cover has to be the best. Because most shops are just going to go with just the regular covers. They're not going to go with, hoping they can get variant covers selling it. Because variants may sell a little bit. I don't think they sell as good as the cover A's, though. Well, it depends if the cover A sucks out that stuff, though. But if they collected covers by artists, I can see Alex Ross book making serious bank. Oh, they're lame covers, not so much. DC actually did this with the Batman detective artist. Forgot what his name was. Lee Bruhumel or Bruhumel. I don't know. But they collected all his covers from all the whole year, or I guess at least about 10 or 20 books of covers, and made a short story off of those. It was not good, but other than that, I don't see anything else. My pal Jackson is here. Now we have confirmation. They are friends. Yep. Can't go back on that. Peter David is returning to Spider-Man 2099 in March with a 5-issue miniseries. I hope it's good. And I hope that he, when he was writing this, it actually was finished, before he fell ill. But I think right now, I don't think he's actually sick right now. I think right now he just has outstanding medical bills, which is really shitty because you'd think Marvel would pay him enough where he can actually afford the bills. But yep. Yeah, not much to talk about. Hope you guys saw some books that you enjoyed. Not many books for me this week. Everything's gonna get pushed next week. But yeah. Considering most main covers suck hardcore, they do variants and with the better ones, so the main cover artist feels better about themselves. I can understand that. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's it, man. I guess normal length episode for us on this tonight. With no Zach, me flying solo. So if you like me being solo, being awkward and cringe, give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, and hope you guys had fun. I'm gonna end it right here, which is crazy. I got 13 people watching right now. It seems so. If you guys haven't done so, please go over to Extreme Movie Show, give them a sub, and go check out the latest video live stream. Do some movie Thunderdome over there. Definitely, we need a lot of views over there. So if you guys can just go check it out, Extreme Movie Show. And over on YouTube, and just give some views, man, or leave some comments. Just trying to get some more watch time over. We have the subs over. We have now 1,000 subs over, but we don't have the watch time. And that's partially due to our fault over there because we are not as active. I'm more active on this channel, yeah, so I kind of neglected that one over too. So if you can, be a sport, check that out, and help get the hours up so you can get monetized on that. And then also, I think we're over at speaking of this channel, we're at 480. We're 20 subs away from getting 500. That is our goal right now, to get to 500 so we can at least get monetized for super chats. So that way you guys can also, give us money through YouTube, if you want to. Like I said, it's just an option there instead of having to go through Ko-Fi, but we do have a Ko-Fi link, which is right here. So please leave comment, Ko-Fi link right here is right there. Ko-Fi.com/Puppetine. If you can donate $1, helps go towards basic StreamYard bill and also pays for the Comixology accounts that we use to basically read comic books on Fridays and Sundays. The cool thing about it is if you do donate at least $1, you can help choose one of our next upcoming readings. We just ask that they are Marvel and DC and that they are available on Comixology, and at least that they actually are not modern. We prefer to read the classic Silver Age, you know. So that being said, thank you for showing up. And Easy Comics presents Crisis of Too Many variant covers. It's not in DC anymore. It's Marvel. I think Marvel has more variant covers than DC. Marvel keeps relaunching the same series over and over again, expecting a different results and with more variants. It's ridiculous. I get DC credit. DC doesn't relaunch, hey, we're going to cancel Jeremy Adams on Flash and relaunch a new Flash book with Jeremy Adams. They don't do that shit. I'm at least not yet, because when DC always copies Marvel, vice versa. But thank you guys for showing up, and I'll see you on Thursday for the best of the week. I'll be joined by Eric. Jack, I haven't seen it on DC. DC, as far as I mean, they do variants, yes, but it's only on their number ones. It's not too badly on some of the other ones, but I don't know. They're both guilty. When you buy indies, support books you like. All right. So that being said, see you on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central for the best of the week. Good night, guys, and stay safe. Crappy weather outside. All right, later.